So, how do you lose weight with a 9 to 5 job? Let me tell you something. I'm in that boat. I've been in that boat since the age of 21. As soon as I just simply left the university and started to work, that was over a decade ago. And let me tell you something, it's a different ballgame. Like, you do have to deal with different things compared to the traditional fitness approach, in which you track calories, you spend an hour and a half every single day in the gym and trying to get fit as if life has nothing else to offer. Now, that was my case. I'm not sure if that's your case. But when it comes to reality of it, for busy professionals, entrepreneurs, employees, or someone with a busy lifestyle, and you do have a lot of things you need to attend to, you will get to a point, and I'm sharing my experience over here. You'll simply get to a point where your bandwidth is extended such that you have no room to apply the traditional fitness practices that you have been adopting previously. For example, going to the gym 5 to 6 times a week, counting calories, even though I strongly do not advocate for counting calories. It's a horrible way to lose weight for sure. I do have a couple of videos on that subject. Feel free to explore them and let me know in the comments if you'd like to learn from an engineering point of view as a mechanical engineer, and thermodynamics is basically the bread and butter of mechanical engineering, why this concept is flawed. I do have a video on that. Feel free to take a look at it. But if you'd like to get into the depth of it, for you to develop that logical understanding and forget about calorie counting or use it in a different way once and for all, let me know. I'm more than happy to provide you with an explanation on that. And take a look at the video description, by the way. I'm sharing with you a program that I've learned over the years, I've developed over the years, and I continuously update this, where I cover important concepts related to various fat loss techniques, from intermittent fasting, carb cycling, weight training, and the list goes on. We dive into important details, helping you compile everything that works in the Office Fitness protocol, which I've developed since 2016, as I recall. So it's very important to cover this. But the first thing that you need to get out of the way if you're trying to lose weight with a 9 to 5 job is it's not your fault. You're trying to do the best that you can. However, the tools and the systems in place, they do not serve your life at this current stage. You need different systems. So if you're trying to take one system and force it into your life, it's a matter of time before you burn out or you're going to throw off the towel. Now, what I want you to take out of this current video is to understand that there are certain strategies that you need to follow to lose weight with a 9 to 5 job, and it requires a completely different approach than that mindset of counting calories and going to the gym 5 to 6 days a week. If you can do that, that's perfectly okay, but trust me, it gets to a point you can't do that anymore because it's not sustainable. So the first thing I would like you to apply, simply walk out of this video, that you have something that you could use and you can just simply apply to your own case. I would like you to be mindful of what you eat. That's the first step. There have been studies which have been conducted that shows if you are mindful about what you're eating, you are by default setting yourself up for weight loss, such that whatever choice that comes along, does it serve your purpose? Like, are you going to be helping yourself out in the future by eating this food or not? If the answer is no, reject it. Simple as that. Forget about counting calories, macros, or all of these advanced stuff. That's a very simple thing. You're controlling your day-to-day decisions with a full-time job simply with the mindfulness approach, in which you keep in mind that I'm planning on losing weight and I'm going to avoid foods which do not help me lose weight. Simple as that. And this includes processed foods, junk, anything which has more than one ingredient at the back of the label. It's very simple. Keep it that simple. Always simplicity wins in these things. Take a look at the label. If you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ingredients, it's not something you'd like to have. For example, what are the ingredients in a potato? Obviously, it's a potato, right? So you're not going to have sugar as part of a potato. So keep it as clean as possible. Trim ingredients, trim unnecessary sugars and processed foods. And this is one important tip that most probably you haven't been exposed to Your focus should not be on counting calories, but hormonal control. And one key important hormone, which is considered to be one of the most important hormones in terms of fat loss, which is insulin. We need to make sure that insulin does not spike in the day too much or too often. And what I mean by spike, when you have sugars, your insulin goes through the roof. And once insulin is high, your fat loss is blocked or low. Now, there are different biological elements to it we could dive into at a later stage. But two important goals I would like you to walk out of the video with: mindfulness when you're trying to eat, make the right choices. That's one. Two, be aware that certain foods, which are mainly simple carbohydrates like carbs, that processed sugars, juices, if you're adding sugar to your coffee, and the list got sweeteners, for example, everything which is simply sweet artificially has an impact on your insulin level. And once insulin goes high, you're blocking your fat loss, and you could also block it for the entire day. So if you'd like just simply to jumpstart your weight loss with a 9 to 5 job in the easiest way possible, step number one, be mindful of what you're eating. Try to make the right choices. Two, try to keep insulin at the back of your mind. Ask yourself, does this serve in terms of increasing or decreasing insulin levels in my bloodstream? If the answer is this is a simple sugar, or this is processed food and it's going to increase insulin, avoid it. If it's something okay, like an egg, for example, or a steak, which does not raise insulin that much compared to simple sugars, carbohydrates. And by the way, if you'd like to learn more about these terminologies, I do have a lot of videos coming up for that, but be specific and just simply mention them in the comments what part of this video that you'd like me to teach you more about in order for you to have that full-on awareness. And once you keep insulin as the metric to track superficially, try to keep it low and avoid increasing insulin levels, you will find that during the first week, you're going to start, first of all, to lose weight. That's one. Second of all, you might notice this, that your appetite is going to sink as well. You're not going to crave foods anymore the way that you used to. Try it out for the next week and let me know how this helps you out. Feel free to share your feedback in the comments, and I look forward to having you join this community of busy professionals, entrepreneurs, employees who are trying to live a healthy life, a wealthy life, both physically, mentally, emotionally, and financially. So if you'd like to join the journey, smash and destroy the like and the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.